Ladies and gentlemen, imagine standing at the edge of a new chapter in history, where the choices you make today could define your faith, your purpose, and your very soul in ways you never imagined. What if the most transformative moment of your spiritual journey is just around the corner? After September 9, 2025, in a world filled with uncertainty, chaos, and shifting values, there's one thing that remains unshaken: your faith. But how will you respond when the winds of change blow stronger than ever? Will you stand firm, rooted in divine truth, or will you falter and drift away today? I invite you to discover a perspective that will empower you to face whatever comes with hope, resilience, and unwavering purpose. Because what happens after that date isn't just about the world. It's about what's happening within you right now. And the choices you make today will determine how you stand when the storm hits. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could change everything you believe about your future and your faith. Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the greatest test of your faith is just around the corner? Something that could shake the very ground beneath your feet. Have you ever wondered how you would respond when everything you once trusted feels unstable or even lost? In a world where chaos seems to be the new normal, where global upheavals, personal struggles, and uncertainties threaten to drown us, there's one thing that can anchor you: unshakable faith. But here's the question that keeps many awake at night. How do you hold on to faith when everything around you is crumbling? Think about it. Life has a way of throwing unexpected storms our way. Sometimes it's a sudden loss, a broken relationship, a crushing setback, or even a crisis that tests your very worth. And in those moments of darkness, it's easy to feel like faith is fragile, like it can be easily shattered by the weight of the world. But what if I told you that true resilience isn't about avoiding those storms? It's about standing tall in the middle of them. That your faith, rooted deeply in divine truth, is actually more powerful than any circumstance, because it's built on something eternal, something that can't be broken by the winds of change. You see, faith isn't just a comforting thought. It's a weapon of resilience. It's what lifts you when you're down, what guides you when you're lost, and what reminds you that even in the darkest nights, there is hope. When you truly grasp the depth of your self-worth rooted in divine love, everything shifts. Suddenly, failures become lessons, setbacks transform into setups for success, and your spirit becomes a fortress that no storm can penetrate. The real power lies in knowing that no matter what happens after September 9, 2025, your hope is anchored not in fleeting circumstances, but in an unshakable foundation. Faith that endures beyond the chaos, beyond the temporary, beyond the pain. And that, my friends, is the kind of resilience that can carry you through anything life throws your way. Have you ever paused to ask yourself, what is the true purpose of my life? Is it simply to survive the chaos of today's world? Or is there something more, something greater, waiting to be discovered? In a time when headlines scream of crisis and uncertainty, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that purpose is just about making it through. That as long as we keep our heads above water, we're fulfilling our destiny. But what if your divine purpose goes far beyond mere survival? What if your life is meant to be a powerful testament of divine love, truth, and service, an impact that echoes through eternity even amid chaos? The truth is, true Christian purpose isn't about just existing in a world that's constantly shifting. It's about living with divine intent. It's about waking up each day with a clear understanding that your life is part of a greater plan, a purpose designed by God Himself to influence the world around you. Even when everything seems to be falling apart, when chaos reigns and the noise of negativity tries to drown out hope, you are called to be a light. You are called to embody love in action, to speak truth boldly, and to serve with humility. Because your worth isn't determined by what happens to you. It's rooted in your divine identity and the purpose God has woven into your very existence. Imagine waking up each morning with that kind of purpose, a purpose that fuels your resilience, empowers your faith, and refocuses your success mindset. When you live with divine intent, setbacks become opportunities for growth. Failures morph into lessons that strengthen your character. You realize that your life isn't just about getting by. It's about making a meaningful difference, about impacting lives with kindness, compassion, and unwavering faith. Even in the midst of chaos, this purpose keeps you grounded, reminding you that your existence is a gift, an opportunity for healing, hope, and divine influence that can change the world, one act of love at a time. Have you ever wondered what separates those who truly endure from those who give up? When life's pressures mount, what is the secret weapon that enables believers to stay unwavering in their spiritual journey, even when temptation and distraction threaten to pull them off course? It's a question that cuts to the core of resilience and strength. Because in a world filled with chaos, that weapon is discipline rooted deeply in faith. Yet many overlook its power, dismissing it as mere self-control, when in reality it's far more than that. Discipline, when anchored in divine truth, becomes a divine weapon, a tool that transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary resilience. Think about the daily battles we face, those moments when cravings, doubts, or external pressures seek to derail us from the path of purpose. Without discipline, it's easy to falter, to surrender to fleeting pleasures or discouragement. But with faith as the foundation, discipline becomes a shield. It empowers you to stay focused on your divine calling, to resist temptation not with willpower alone, but through a trust in God's strength working within you. It's about developing a success mindset rooted in divine purpose, where every setback becomes an opportunity to grow stronger, every distraction a chance to refocus on what truly matters. When you see discipline as a gift from God, it transforms your perspective, no longer a burden, but a divine weapon of healing and empowerment. Imagine waking up each day with unwavering resolve, knowing that your discipline is shaping your character and fortifying your spirit. It's that inner strength that keeps you grounded amid mounting pressures and external chaos. When you harness discipline rooted in faith, you unlock a resilience that can withstand any storm. It's about cultivating a self-worth that's rooted in divine identity, knowing that your spiritual journey isn't just about survival, but about thriving with unwavering focus and unwavering faith. As you embrace this divine discipline, you realize it's not just about resisting temptation, it's about transforming challenges into opportunities for divine growth and eternal impact. Have you ever faced a moment when life's challenges felt like insurmountable walls closing in around you? Have you wondered if the struggles and setbacks you're experiencing are just random pain, or if they might actually be divine catalysts for something greater? The truth is, some of the most profound transformations in life happen not in comfort, but in the midst of adversity. Challenges that follow a certain date, when life's storms intensify, are not just hurdles to overcome. They are divine invitations to evolve into the strongest, most resilient versions of ourselves. Think about it. What if the difficulties you face today are shaping you for tomorrow's purpose? What if every obstacle is a stepping stone designed to propel your faith, resilience, and self-worth to new heights? It's easy to feel overwhelmed when life pushes us beyond our limits. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if we saw every challenge as a divine opportunity for deep personal and spiritual growth? When believers embrace this mindset, they discover that adversity isn't the end. It's the beginning of a transformative journey. These moments serve as divine tools, sharpening your character, honing your faith, and igniting a success mindset rooted in divine strength. As you lean into the process of healing and growth, you realize that your struggles are not signs of weakness, but signs of divine investment in your future strength. Imagine waking up each morning with a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that each trial is sculpting you into a vessel of resilience and divine purpose. Challenges after this pivotal date will serve as catalysts for your evolution, pushing you to rise above fear, doubt, and discouragement. They call you to become a more fearless, faith-driven warrior, someone who not only survives but thrives. And as you embrace this journey of transformation, you see that your greatest victories are born from the fires of adversity, forging a life of unwavering faith, healing, and divine success that can impact the world around you in ways you never imagined. Have you ever found yourself overwhelmed by the chaos of the world around you, questioning whether there's any hope that truly endures? Do you wonder if the struggles and uncertainties we face daily are all there is, just fleeting moments in an uncertain timeline? What if I told you that amid the turbulence and turmoil, there's a hope anchored in an eternal promise? A hope that surpasses even your deepest fears. Imagine living with a confidence rooted, not in what's temporary or fragile, but in what's everlasting divine victory, eternal life, and a purpose that outlasts worldly upheavals. It's natural to feel discouraged when facing the storms of life, when everything seems to threaten to shake our foundations. But what if those storms are simply reminders of a greater promise? One that promises stability, resilience, and healing far beyond what the eye can see. When believers anchor their hope in divine truth, they discover that the future is not dictated by current circumstances, but by eternal promises that cannot be broken. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's a confident assurance rooted in divine faithfulness, an unshakable foundation that offers strength in moments of weakness and clarity amid confusion. Picture waking up each day with a renewed sense of purpose, knowing that no matter how fierce the battles or how dark the night, the promise of divine victory and eternal life still stands. Your self-worth is defined not by fleeting worldly successes, but by the divine purpose woven into your existence. When your hope is anchored in the eternal, your perspective shifts. You become resilient, equipped to face adversity with unwavering faith. The world's turmoil may rage on, but your soul remains steady, anchored in a hope that outlasts even death itself. This divine promise is what transforms fears into faith, uncertainty into confidence, and fleeting moments into eternal victories. Have you ever paused to consider how much of your life is shaped by the choices you make today? What if I told you that the actions you take right now, this very moment, are setting the foundation for your resilience, your impact, and your purpose in ways you can't fully see yet? It's easy to feel overwhelmed or distracted by the chaos around us. But what if living intentionally isn't just a good idea? It's the ultimate act of faith, What if the decisions you make before September 9, 2025 are more crucial than any past mistake or future dream? Because every moment counts. Every choice to pursue your divine purpose, to build resilience, to nurture faith, and to embrace healing is an act of trust that your life is being shaped by divine design. Think about it. Life isn't just a series of random events. It's a divine journey where each step taken in faith, each decision rooted in purpose, echoes into your future impact. When you live intentionally, you're declaring that your life isn't just happening to you. You're actively shaping it with purpose and conviction. It's about recognizing that the success mindset isn't just about achieving worldly goals, but about aligning your heart with divine priorities. It's about understanding that your self-worth isn't based on fleeting accomplishments, but on the eternal calling within you. Every moment you choose to stand resilient in the face of adversity, to seek healing in broken places, to walk boldly in faith, those are the moments that carve out a legacy. The clock is ticking, and this isn't just about future possibilities. It's about today's choices. Because what you do now, before that pivotal date, determines how well you withstand life's storms and how effectively you can impact the world around you. Living intentionally isn't just a strategy. It's an act of divine trust, an expression of faith that the best is yet to come, rooted in the knowledge that your purpose is greater than your fears, greater than your setbacks. And the more you lean into this truth today, the more you prepare yourself to embrace the extraordinary that awaits.